How are you guys? Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm going to share with you some of the strategies I've been using to build my niche fashion business. I'm also going to share with you some of the reasons why I believe in some cases it's actually better to stay niche than to scale as big as possible. But first, I'm going to start by just telling you a little bit about how I got here, and I'm going to start with the roller derby. So in my 10 years of playing roller derby, the main thing I learned is that it's all anyone wants to talk about. If I have a new job or a creative project or a boyfriend, it does not matter. All anyone wants to talk about is roller derby. So we're going to do that. This is a brief history of my professional life. Nobody really cares about that, so we're going to get back to the roller derby. The first thing I have to explain is, to most people, is that it's not the roller derby that a lot of people remember. It's not fake, there's no fighting, and very few of us still wear fishnets. It's actually a very, very competitive, international, super organized sport. And thousands of athletes across the world train for hours each week, watch footage, come up with new strategies, and pay out of their own pocket to travel internationally, all for a chance to compete in the championships. The point of all this is that the players within this sport and the fans and the volunteers take it really, really seriously. I actually retired 2 seasons ago, and I was on the 4th ranked team in the world at the time, so it was like a big deal. It was a huge part of my life, and it changed my life. Before roller derby, my relationship with fitness was like 100% about weight loss. I tried every diet, I ran marathons, I did the AIDS ride, 600-mile bike ride. You know, like, yeah, I'm raising money for charity, that's awesome, but I really wanted to shrink my body. And no matter what I did, it was never enough, right? I wouldn't have been caught dead in a swimsuit, even at my smallest. And I didn't realize at the time how much my body image was holding me back in the rest of my life. And then I found roller derby, and it changed everything. Once I began to see myself as a competitive athlete, it completely shifted my relationship with fitness. I wasn't worried anymore about being smaller. I only wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be better at my sport. So finally, I was training for performance instead of appearance. And through that, I sort of dropped all the unattainable goals, and I replaced them with goals I could actually accomplish. And then I fell in love with fitness. And it completely changed my relationship with my body. I finally felt at home in my body. I wasn't battling my body. And that confidence served me in the rest of my life. It's funny because as an athlete, I actually became famous for my confidence. Like, I was a badass on the track. I was not afraid of anyone. And I use that confidence now. And once I went through this, these are actually like today. This isn't 3 years ago. These are current. Once I went through this transformation, I got really, really pissed off. I was pissed about all the time I wasted judging myself. I was angry that I accepted that as normal. And I felt this for everyone. This is just what women deal with. Everywhere we look, we're reminded of our inadequacy. We're supposed to look a certain way, act a certain way. And fitness is sold to us as a tool to adhere to those norms, right? And then as a punishment for not being able to do so. And I'm sorry, but fuck that. Okay? Fitness is not an exclusive club for people with one body type. You do not have to look a certain way to participate in fitness and appreciate the benefits. So I created Superfit Hero to make fitness more inclusive and just to empower more people to participate. We're actually the most size-inclusive premium fitness brand on the planet. It's pretty simple. We make premium performance wear that fit the majority of women. Most activewear brands cater to women up to a size 12, even though the average American woman wears size 16. Our size range goes to 30. We feature diverse bodies on our website, including a visual size chart that helps customers shop with confidence. People who have never been seen or recognized by the fitness industry before are now seeing themselves in our content, and they know this brand is for them. We launched a little over 3 years ago. We've doubled our sales every year. We've been featured in all these magazines. And we've done this with 2 full-time employees and 0 institutional investment. Thank you. That's actually the point. Thank you. Okay, so what about competitors? Body positivity is like become a marketing buzzword, and every major brand now seems to be expanding their size range. But this is actually where my brand is unique because I don't care. I'm not trying to replace Lululemon or Nike or Adidas. I'm not raising millions of dollars in a mad race to outspend potential competitors. I'm simply trying to carve my niche within this broader market, focused primarily on customers who've been previously ignored. I don't need 1 million one-time customers to be successful. I need 10,000 repeat customers. Okay, so it seems like we're in an age right now, we all know this, where like all of the resources are flowing in one direction toward Amazon. But we're also in an age where people are desperate to carve out a unique identity for themselves and to connect with people who share their values. As a niche business, I'm better able to connect with values-based customers. In a lot of ways, niche businesses can serve customers better and more meaningfully than their larger counterparts. Do you guys know Seed and Spark? Anybody? No? In LA, everyone knows who Seed and Spark is. So Seed and Spark is a crowdfunding and streaming platform specifically for indie film projects, okay? And because they're laser focused on that community, their success rate is actually much better than Kickstarter and Indiegogo in that category. And it makes total sense because they're creating a whole ecosystem around indie filmmakers. And who better to support indie film than other indie filmmakers? And so this is a great example of how a smaller niche company can serve a niche community better than larger, better funded companies or better funded competitors can. This is one of my favorite niche companies, Atheist Shoes. Similar to Superfit Hero, Atheist started with a successful crowdfunding campaign. These are really, really nice handmade shoes that just happen to say, I'm an atheist on the sole. What does being an atheist have to do with shoes? Absolutely nothing. But if you give your customers a way to say something about who they are and what they care about, they're gonna have a more intense emotional connection to your product. So aside from just being super comfortable and fashionable, I have 3 pairs of these because I feel like I'm a member of some secret club just because that's on the sole. So that emotional connection is something Superfit Hero can provide for our customers that like a Lululemon maybe cannot, right? We go the extra mile to provide really personalized customer service. We send stickers with every order, lollipops at Valentine's Day, we do candy canes around Christmas. And our customers love these personal touches, and it helps turn them into a marketing force for us. We also have, this is my favorite, this Facebook group is so great. We have a private Facebook group for our customers. We give them discounts, sneak peeks at products, but it's also just a really great community. Every Friday we do a hashtag superhero moment, and people share their like superhero moment of the week. Sometimes it's fitness related, sometimes it's just life stuff. But it's become like a really inspiring conversation and like a nice safe place to be, especially when you compare it to the rest of social media these days. But it also, as a business owner, it gives me a direct line to my best customers. So they give us feedback on product, they tell us what they want next from us. Like I know exactly how they're feeling about us and what they need, and so I know what we need to do next in order to remain successful. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to the roller derby, I promise. I wanna explain, so what is it about roller derby that makes it such an ideal niche community? I'm gonna sort of outline the 4 community characteristics that I think are required for niche community marketing that hopefully you can kind of translate to your community. The first is identity. What is it about this community that makes it unique from the rest of the world? Like, what is it that makes it so unique from the rest of the world that it creates a sort of insider versus outsider sense of identity? For roller derby, I mean, I had to start by explaining to you what roller derby is really like. The very fact that I have to explain what it's like is why it's the perfect niche community. Like, there's so many things we do as athletes, the money we spend, the amount of time we put into it, that other people would just never understand. And so that makes it a really perfect niche. So then what does your product help people say about that identity? How does it fit into that? For us, we spent a lot of work really trying to establish Superfit Hero as like the premium leggings for roller derby. So everyone in roller derby knows that they're expensive but worth it. So when derby athletes wear Superfits, they're saying, I'm an athlete, I take this seriously, and I need quality gear to perform. The second one is trust and shared values. These should probably be two and like a whole other talk, but I shoved them into one for today. So roller derby as a community is inherently feminist, queer-friendly, and body positive. I am a part of this community, I share those values. So, I didn't create my brand in a vacuum. I created Superfit Hero in this community for this community. And so the members of the community trust us, and they know they can trust us because we share their values. Beyond that, though, we also really try to use these values show themselves in every decision that we make, from our hiring to our supply chain. Like, I think this is a really hard thing I don't think you can fake this, and I just think that niche companies are better positioned to be more consistent with their values than larger businesses. Okay, so we talk a lot these days about echo chambers as kind of a bad thing, and obviously they can be. We are well aware of that now. But they're also a vital aspect of a great niche community from a marketing perspective. So the members of your community need to be connected to each other, ideally on multiple platforms. That way, your message is going to get repeated within that community, literally an echo chamber. Roller derby is a great example of this because it's an international sport. We have like a lot of online connections. There's Facebook groups, #Derby Twitter, which is super, super active during the big live streams of international tournaments. And then, of course, our celebrities have big followings on Instagram. So we all know how important multi-channel marketing is. This is a lot easier to do within a smaller community, right? Because again, every time someone comments, shares, your message is going to get amplified. So the channels we really focus on are Facebook and Instagram. Email for sales is still the most effective. We make sure we have a presence in person at big roller derby events. We also place video ads on the large tournaments that are streamed online. And then again, we work with influencers and celebrities. There's that adage that customers need to see your message like 7 times before they purchase. I read somewhere recently it's like 12 now. I don't know, I tried to find the source to include it here. I wouldn't be surprised if it's more than 12 now. So anyway, the last one is celebrities. Your community needs to have its own celebrities. Obviously, influencer marketing is going to be more effective and cheaper in a niche community. The people actually know the celebrities within the community, so the connections are much stronger, there's more trust there, and it's a lot cheaper to pay for a roller derby athlete than Serena Williams to post something on Instagram. So we work with the influencers in our community in a bunch of ways. We sponsor teams, we send out review products, and then we ask for them to post a video review, and then we obviously post that content back out into the echo chamber, and then it just creates this whole ecosystem. So those are kind of the 4 characteristics. Once you define these for your niche community, then you can come up with strategies unique to that community that work for you. For us, we spent the first 2 years really focused on roller derby, using this as sort of a platform to get the product right and the message right. And then we started to see just natural overlap of other sports that kind of share our body positive values. So we started to see some traction in weightlifting and yoga and endurance sports. So what we started to do was to locate influencers within each of these sports and then repeat the strategies that have been working for us in roller derby. And the thing that sort of combines all those for us is body positive fitness. So we're now in the process of kind of expanding our niche from roller derby to a broader but still very niche community of body positive fitness. And to that end, we just launched the Body Positive Fitness Finder. This is an online resource where you can search by location and activity and find body-positive fitness opportunities near you. There's everything from CrossFit, yoga, hiking, of course, roller derby on the Fitness Finder. And all the trainers in the gyms that are on here, we support them with discounts on products. We also promote them across all of our channels. This tool gives them access to clients directly for free. And in return, they promote us to their clients, they promote us on their channels. And again, this is just, I'm doing this because I want to, first of all, but it's also our way of really making sure that we are the brand of this emerging market as it grows, just as we've done for roller derby. So yeah, this is my favorite slide, so I'm showing it again. I just want to leave you with this idea that building a niche business is not a bad thing. It's nothing to be ashamed of. I know in Silicon Valley, the idea of lifestyle business has become kind of a dirty word. But the reality is that by running a smaller business, I actually have more autonomy, more flexibility, and ultimately a broader definition of success than my VC-funded counterparts. I'd also like to note that 50% of the population is employed by small business. So small and medium businesses are a really vital part of a healthy economy, and we should all support indie brands. You can start with mine at superfithero.com. Thank you.